tricks so that you can market your club more effectively on the website. Please help me welcome Heather Applegate. That is heavier than I thought.
Yeah, very heavy.
Yeah, just a little. Yeah. All right. Technology saves time. I would think that we all need more time in our busy, busy lives. So I want to talk to you about the website that we've been given for free, basically. Every club can take advantage of this website, but not every club does. I feel like there's a lot of technology phobes out there, or people that just want to do it the way we do it, the way that we've done it for years. So I want to ask you a couple questions. Joyce, how do you track the club goals for this club, or any club that you're involved in?
As VPE, I'm responsible for the 10 goals. So there is a meeting that's held with the president, and we had that in advance. Toastmasters taught that. So we got together, actually Toastmasters held it at the district, and we had a meeting. So we put names by things, and then I kept track as people have produced things. So like for one thing, like a CC, like because I know everyone's educational goals, I have like maybe 6 names next to that. And then we contacted people to see where they stood and where they're going. So it really isn't hard, but it's planning before, and then I have a track.
And how much time does it take you to track those club goals?
Well, there are 10 of them. It does take time, and it's always kind of encouraging because in Maryland Advance, many people have joined another club. So they have commitments and an obligation to what I call their home club, and they don't want to see their home club fail. So it does take time, and it's always changing. Members are, so it's difficult to keep up with.
Absolutely, absolutely. Pretty, how do you track member goals?
Poorly.
All right. What about the agenda for the meeting? Does anybody have a really good way to create agendas for the meeting?
One thing that many clubs use, and it works better than most things I've seen, is to have something called a blue book. And there's a very reverent, solemn reading of it at the end of the meeting. Just like saying this stuff, pledge to the flag almost. We're going to get together again, folks, and we're going to do a good job, is what we're pledging ourselves to. And it gets you started 2 weeks in advance.
Excellent. Okay, so every meeting there's time taken to put information into this blue book and to talk about it. Interesting, interesting. All right, so I see one common problem with the way things are done. This takes time. It's not automated. If you've got an efficient person working it, you can make things efficient. But if you have someone that's a little disorganized, they could get off track, especially with tracking club goals. You can lose sight of that until about April when you're freaking out because the club's not distinguished yet because we didn't know who's making their CCs this year. So what I would suggest in these really 4 areas is that we use the Toastmaster website. So I want to tell you a little bit about how to use the Toastmaster website for these things and how it'll be a little bit more efficiently than possibly the way that we do things today. So for example, club goals. On the Toastmaster website, there is a page called Club Goals. For every goal that you achieve, you mark it into the Club Goals page, and a star appears. Guess what? It's not just the VP that can see this progress, but the entire club can go to that page on the website and see how you're achieving the goals. If you're not sure where you are, you don't have to ask anybody. You don't have to check around. There's a link that goes right to Toastmasters International. It says, this is how your club's doing, and it brings you right to the report. So it's fast, it's easy, it's very efficient. You don't even have to know what the DCP plan is because it outlines it for you. It tells you you need 2 of this, you need 1 of this, and you're done. And everybody knows about it. Somebody asked one of my club members at a division contest weeks ago, they said, so how's your club doing? Our club's already distinguished. And he said, well, how do we know what that is? I said, go to our website. It shows you where you are and where our progress is. And guess what? You can fill in those names, or you can have people pledge and put their own names in as to where they are in their club goals. The other area that I mentioned was member goals. That is the toughest thing I think that clubs have to do, is track member goals. I don't know where people are. I don't know what you've achieved already. I don't know what you want to achieve. Well, each member has access to the website and can fill in their own. Now, it might take a little prompting to get the members to do this, but you can have it there, and it produces a report for the VPE on what everybody's doing, what all your members are doing. The other area which I didn't mention is mailing lists. I find this an issue with clubs. Who's in our club? What's their email address? Who can mail the club? Well, the only person that can mail the club, if it's a secret with the mailing list, is that one person. The website allows you to build a mailing list. All you have to do is put your club members' names into the member page. You could even put their membership number, which occasionally we need. And guess what? Presto, you have a member list. The member list has phone numbers. And guess what? If you're running a meeting and you need to call somebody and you need them to fill a role, it's right there. Their phone number is there. Their email address is there. In fact, from the agenda page or the duty roster page, you can click on, if a member decides they want to be a speaker, you can click on an icon for email, and it emails them. And you can say, how come you haven't filled in your name of your speech and your introduction? Because guess what? On this duty roster, that agenda, you can put in the name of the speech, what speech it is, what your introduction is, all by each member. I found very helpful that the duty roster is online because members love to go on websites, go online and volunteer for things. You can keep up to 3, you can do 3 meetings on there. That's what my club does. You can do as many as you want. People can sign up themselves. And guess what the best thing is for the person that has to print that agenda? You don't have to actually type anything. You can click on a link and it creates an agenda. It's not the prettiest agenda, but it's an agenda. It's got everything filled out. You can email the agenda to all your members prior to the meeting. There's so many things that you can automate faster, quicker with this website. And those are a few of them. I wanted to talk just about a few areas because I felt like those are the pain points. Those are where I see clubs not doing as well as they could do. I've actually created, and this is probably about a 27-page manual. I wasn't going to print one for everybody that's here. But this has pictures, so if you're not very technical and you don't know how to click on things, it has pictures of what you should be looking at and how you can utilize it. There's a couple pieces of vocabulary that we should talk about that are related to technology. I deal with this every day because I teach software, but not all of you do. So one of the areas is permission. Permission means access. So when you talk about the website, you have member permission. What do they have permission to see? You have the public's permission and you have the administrator permission. Administrator position is probably the most important because that controls everything in the background. You can decide in your club who has that administrator permission. In my club, the officers all do. The officers all contribute to the homepage. We put fresh information on the homepage. When somebody wins an award or does something special or is moving out of the state, we want to recognize it. So we put it right on that homepage. Again, lots and lots of features to it. You have to be afraid of technology. Technology overall will save you time. Now, what we're looking forward in the district, hopefully in the next training, is actually do a full-blown training, not 10 minutes, but probably at least 30 minutes, on how to use the website that gives you more of the, step-by-step, here's how you implement these things. But what I wanted to do is give you a taste, tell you a couple of things that you can do better. And so hopefully, are you guys excited about things that you can do with the website?
Yes!
Did you learn some new things?
Yes.
All right. That's all I have to say. I'll pass this around if anybody's interested in